Hi, I'm Toni Carr. Even though Antigonish is home for me now, I'm originally from Trenton, Ontario. My education there was grade 10 at Bayside Secondary School. I struggled in school. No matter how hard I studied, I had difficulty retaining information. I never felt that I was intelligent or good enough. I was even bullied throughout public school, and even as an adult in the workforce. It's sad because that's something that stays with you. Even now at 65, those memories of bullying creep back into mind, but I don't let it get in my way. I left school to work. I was engaged to be married. I didn't think at the time an education was important. All I ever wanted to do was get married and be a mom, which I did. I had my sons, Corey and Kevin. Many years later, I told my partner, Earl, I wished I lived in the middle of nowhere. We were in between jobs at the time, and that evening, I was offered a job in Monastery at a used goods store, which is owned by Earl's sister. There was my wish of being granted living in the middle of nowhere. So you gotta watch what you wish for. You wouldn't think now, but I was extremely shy in public, and working in retail helped me out with that. A friend of mine inspired me about 9 years ago. At the age of 60, she studied and got her GED. Life events had changed my life drastically. I had a breakdown. I was diagnosed with bipolar 2, anxiety, panic attacks, agnophobia, and it's what you fear to avoid places or situations that might cause you to panic, make you feel trapped, helpless, or embarrassed. At one point, I didn't want to leave my apartment. I did my laundry in my bathtub. The reason I'm telling you about this, I did get my life back on track with help from family. Stan and Shirley. Stan would call and say, I'm coming to get you, we're going for coffee. He'd hang up. I had no way of saying no. I had to be ready. And for you and Shirley, I'm very grateful that you pushed me out back into the world. I needed to do something for myself. And I know without the help that I got from my family doctor, I wouldn't be standing here today. There was a point in my life that I had a bottle of pills in my hand. I wanted everything to be over. I was tired of being depressed and upset. I looked up. The pictures of my grandchildren on my wall are what stopped me from taking those pills. I needed to do something for myself, and I learned about Acala through a friend. Fall of 2013, I met with Lise. She made me feel so comfortable during the intake. I opened up about my mental health. I wanted her to know that I had obstacles that might slow me down or interfere with my ability to learn. Lise was a gem. I felt totally at ease, and I knew I made the right decision of reaching out to Acala. My instructor at the time was Florence. I felt completely different with the experience of Acala. It was so different from public school. I was made to feel like there wasn't anything I couldn't do. I was taught to write a proper essay, book report. Did not learn this in public school or high school. I always had wondered why everyone else knew what to do in high school and public school. I guess I just needed that little extra that you get from Acala. In the spring of 2014, I decided to write my GED. I got 3 out of the 5 subjects. My concentration was bad, and I didn't beat myself up. I thought, I'll try again. In 2018, through mental health, I was introduced to Catherine. She was teaching U 2.0. And then from there, I met Andrew, and I started taking ASL classes. That helped me communicate with my nephew Cecil and his wife Tammy. In 2020, I took the tech class and ASL. In fall of 2021 was Work Essential with Andrew. I learned how to interview, prepare interviews. I took photography with Catherine and took photos of everything. She said, you have to take at least 100 photos to get one good shot. And I did learn that. And the tech class, Lindsay always said, if you can't find it, can't do it, Google it. My experience with Acala led me to many opportunities. I met Jocelyn Gillis. I collaborated on her story in the museum. And I was part of an interview, which happened by accident. And I found a new love of history, which led me to now a volunteer position at the museum. I even met the new curator, Barry McKenzie, and he is wonderful to work with. I took photos for articles. I interviewed at the Red Tribe Boxing Club. We even scored some tickets to a match from being involved with this. I also volunteered as a server at the 70th Jubilee at the museum and the Summer Cayley, and I met a lot of new friends. Bear with me. I'm shaking. This spring, I was nominated for the Evelyn Lindsay Bursary. I was quite flattered to learn that all 3 of my instructors thought of nominating me. This was an award in itself. I had never won anything like this ever. I was so excited when I learned that I was receiving the bursary. By the time of the presentation, I was with Earl at the VG Hospital. He was diagnosed with a terminal cancer. Through Lindsay's great tech teaching, I was able to attend the AGM via Zoom from the hospital. It was a very emotional time for me, and I was so proud to receive the Evelyn Lindsay Bursary, which I did use, and I bought myself a new laptop for classes. This spring, my life as I knew it changed forever. My partner, Earl, passed away. I want to say many thanks to my Acala family for their kindness and support. Not only are they my instructors, but now my friends as well. And I'm so happy to be a part of Acala's family. Thank you.